So chewing the fat here. I've just had an Iceland order come in, so we're going to do a grocery haul now of all my goodies, all my bits that have come in. So we'll start off here with the freezer section. Just have a look at everything here. Yep, so freezer section. We've got, these are relatively new. So you get 4 cauliflower steamed rice bags of a portion size of about 150 grams in each. And looks like they don't add anything apart from olive oil, salt and ground pepper. So that's good, you know. And then the fibre that's in that, minus that out. Yeah. That'll give you your net carbs. So yeah, I think, can you just microwave those? Yeah, you can just microwave those from frozen. So super easy, really convenient. All of these are basically my staples. I've always got these kind of veggies. I've always got broccoli. I've always got sprouts. And if I don't have green beans, then I've always got broccoli and spinach. Always. Yeah, so these are just under a kilogram. So they're 800 grams each, all of these. This one's 900 grams here. This one's 900 grams. This one's 900 grams. But they're about a quid. Which is good. You get just under a kilogram really for a quid, so I think that's really cool. And it's just so quick. Once you've got them in the freezer, you know, you just do whatever protein you want and then slap in some of these. So, and it works out really well for meal prep as well, because you can just pour loads in. You don't really have to worry about it. Then they had a deal going on whereby if you got 4 meats, that's 4 for £10. Or £3 each, I think. So I've got here stuffed chicken breast joint, which has got a bit of cheeky sage and onion in. Let's have a little look inside here, see what's happening. Woo! Just throwing it all over the place. Oh, that's nice and crushed now. Nice and crushed. Okay, so that is just one joint in there. Let's have a little look at the back. It's got some things I'm not too fond of. Look for the ingredients. No. Wheat, milk. No. But at least that's in bold there. Carb level per 100 grams. Yeah, that's 3.4 grams there. Yeah, so I mean, if you're doing a meal prep, that doesn't matter anyway, because you're going to be portioning it out. So, and even to have it, all of this, you know, with some veg in one night, if you've not been too carby for the whole day, it's probably not going to affect too much. But obviously, with all of these, take into account like what your macros are for the day, you know. Crackling pork leg joint. So, but Iceland are normally pretty good. They normally don't add any craziness, so much craziness to it. So here again, per 100 grams, so that's relatively low, but obviously when you're timesing that by 7, it's going to add up just a little bit. And here, in terms of ingredients, they have added sugar, they have added starch, they have added potato starch. So just be aware of those. But like I say, if you're doing a meal prep, it's all just going to divvy itself out in the end, isn't it? But I'm looking forward to doing that as a meal prep for sure. Over here, Hunter's chicken, good old Hunter's chicken. Usually with all of these things, what I tend to do is just buy the joint outright and make it myself. But because I was feeling pretty lazy this time round, and they had this deal going on, I thought, you know what, I'm not being super strict with myself right now, but I'll track it for sure. I'll track these macros and see how we're getting on. But, so usually I'd make up these recipes from scratch. Something like Hunter's chicken, it's got a barbecue sauce in. So I have actually got a sugar-free barbecue sauce up here somewhere. Yeah. So that's something to look out for. And this one, where are we at over here? yeah, if you're just kind of drizzling that on, that's not too bad. So just keep your eye on this one. Obviously that's got starch in it as well, but if you're just using it just as a minimal thing, then it's okay. Anyway, so where are we at on carb count for this one? Yeah, a little bit heavier on the carbs because of the barbecue sauce, I reckon. For half the pack, that's like 12 grams of carb there. So just bear that in mind. Over here, yeah, wheat, barley, milk, all that kind of stuff. And obviously the barbecue sauce, which is sugar. So, but that's a portion of 2. You're only going to be really eating 1. Anyway, so that's okay. These, I'm excited about these. So cheese and bacon. And chicken. And again, super easy to make yourself. You don't have to spend money on buying that all ready made if you don't want to, but you know, I thought seeing as I'm here and getting an order in, I might as well. Where are we at with these? Nice and low compared to the Hunter's chicken. Nice and low again. But as you can see, dextrose, you've just got to be so careful when you're buying things in the shop. Always make sure to look at the ingredients. Yeah, and I'm not fond of sodium nitrate. It's been nitrite and nitrate has been directly linked to bowel cancer now, and that's just standard common information, and just the fact that they're still using it, it's ridiculous. It should be banned, I think. But this is the culture we're living in. So I am gonna start getting all my meats from the butchers, I think, and like bacon and stuff, because I do want to try and get away from sodium nitrites, or at least So if you were to buy fresh meat from any kind of butchers, then you'd be avoiding stuff like this. Okay, we've got a gammon joint here. Have they put a honey glaze on it? Well, it says basted. Yeah, honey glaze. I don't think I saw that when I was buying that. Yep, look, glucose syrup, maize starch, sugar, fructose, 2 types of sugar there. And again with the sodium nitrites. But again, not too bad. You know, if you were to have, half of this with some veg, just make sure it's within your carb count, So, yeah, that's these kind of ready meal type doodahs. Over here, this was a really good deal. As you can see, £3, and this is 800 grams, and it's 20% fat. So, I've found it always works out cheaper if you buy the frozen mints as opposed to the fresh mints. Obviously, like from the fridge. With all of these, they're not going to be organic. They're not being advertised as organic, so you get what you pay for, kind of thing. And with this, again, it's not saying that it's organic or grass-fed or anything like that. It's just your bog standard mince, basically. So if you're on a budget, something to bear in mind. So we're going to move on to, that's freezer section done. We're going to move on to, drinks. Couple of, Pepsi Max, that's the controversial one. That's naughty. Because they do like to put in... aspartame, and so some people, it spikes their glucose. Other people, not so much. Just so use at your own discretion. Same with this one as well, because it's just sweeteners. If you can, try and get away with not having sweeteners. But for myself, I do like the occasional treat, so I do that. So this one is Robinson's, and it's orange and pineapple. And what have they thrown in here? The sucralose, a sulfame K. Okay. So again, if you're just using it sparingly, I don't see a problem with it. But other people that are quite strict, they would think otherwise. They'd say it's not keto. Okay, now we've got some dairy. Always staple eggs, and I do try and buy organic wherever I can. Of course it's a bit more pricier, but I'd just always prefer to be going organic with anything, just because I know that it's going to have more nutrients in for me, and it's going to be a better quality of food. Some standard cheese, nice big block. Double cream, which I'll be using in like my coffees and some desserts, things like that. Halloumi, lovely halloumi. They didn't have the block of like parmesan stuff, so I've got this as shredded, and £2. So it's about 100 grams, I think. Yeah, 100 grams. So, but I could be sprinkling that over salads or something like that. Some mozzarella. This I just snack on this. It's really bad, but it's so tasty. I love mozzarella. It's really creamy. Over here, some meats. Some sausage meat. I like doing this as meal prep, just kind of sectioning it out, and putting that in for like lunch, because obviously you can eat that cold. Again, it's not good with your chemicals. It's nice and low carb, as you can see here. Per 100 grams, that's 1.6 grams of carb. So that's cool. And they do a few different flavours, but that's the one I saw and that's what I went for. Again, with meal prep and just snacks in general, we've got salami. That's quite good if you just like, you can mix up some salami on some cucumber and back bacon. Usually what I do with back bacon, this was a good deal, $4.75 for a kilogram. Usually what I do is I split all this off into cling film, and then I freeze it, so little packs of 2, and then as and when I need it, I take out the pack of 2 and go from there, basically. So I always buy my bacon in bulk. Over here we've got pork and egg roll. Again, just good for like a little kind of snackaroo during lunchtime or something. Reasonably quite high on the carbs there, so just go easy on that one, just like perhaps 1 or 2 per meal. Avocados were on dealio, and I didn't realise, I thought I was just buying 1 at a time, which would have worked out really expensive, but actually this was like, these have worked out 75 pence each, like per avocado. So I've got about 1, I've got 2, 4, I've got 4 of those, 4 packs of 2. Baby plum tomatoes, nice for salads, and I also use them for fry-ups as well. Maximum I'll do is like 4 in a day or something. Mixed peppers. Now I'm very surprised. I'm quite sad actually they haven't included a green one, but I guess that's what happens when you order online and you're not picking it yourself. You don't know what you're going to get. Because obviously green is the lowest in carb and these are higher in carb, but if you're just just doing a little bit at a time, then that's not too bad. But obviously with all of these things, when it adds up, it adds up. So just always track your macros on like MyFitnessPal or something. Next we've got some spring onions here. So I just tend to not use white onions at all, and I'll either do leek or spring onion just as a substitute, because it's going to be lower carb anyway. So again, good for salads, good for stir fries, that kind of thing. That's tend to be, and they last for ages in the fridge, and they start growing in the fridge as well. So you get more out of your spring onion after a while too. We've got a cucumber here, which, like I say, good for snacking on if you just want to do like with some salami, some cheese, stuff like that. And you can make little sandwiches, but you can also do like with cream cheese as well, and some salmon. So I've always got cucumber in the house. And some lemons, which I tend to use for my electrolyte drinks. Lemons and limes are like my go-to, but also just like have a wedge in your water, and that's really good to keep up your vitamin C and all of your essential electrolytes for keto, because they need to be topped up. And last but not least, we've got our salads, which I'll go through so quickly. Over here we've got a superfood one, which has got rocket, spinach, baby kale, peppercress, baby chard, and beetroot. But the beetroot is so negligible, that doesn't really matter. And over here we've got radicchio, lamb's lettuce and crispy frizzy. I don't know how to say that. But they were about £1 each as well. So, yeah, that's everything. Yeah, so hope you found that interesting. I guess if you're new to keto, then that might have been helpful for you. Let me know if you've got any tips as well, or what are your go-to finds from Iceland or other supermarkets. So yeah, give me a shout. Take care. Bye bye.